Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Woo, beautiful day. Beautiful day, beautiful day. What is going on? What is going on? Y'all wanna see some more tools? I know I do. Little trip down memory lane, really. Let's go through this box. Yeah. One drawer that won't close. That. Y'all want to see what's inside of it? Let's look. Well, let's see. Let's start here. I reckon there's all my old spark plug wrenches I've collected over the years. Yeah, spark plug wrenches, all different flavors, all different sizes. All kinds of different spark plug wrenches. Some of these are older than I am. What does that say on that? Stay motor, whatever that says. I can't read it. Can't read it. Oh God, this drawer. This is just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. And I tell you, I probably have forgotten what half of this stuff is. Oh man, look at there. There's my grinder wrenches, my little handheld grinder wrenches I was looking for just the other day. Well, this is for a snapper rear engine rider. You stick this on the lip where the engine mounts. I'm sorry, you stick this in on that lip, bottom of the frame, and the drive pulley should be right on that right there. Little gauge is all that is. I don't know why I've got so many of these things, but you could take and put that on the end of a crankshaft. So it's supposed to be spring loaded, but it ain't. Yeah, put that in a little keyway, or if it's got a keyway made onto it, you can do that. Pull it down, or you can pull it down to grab the keyway. If it's got a key made onto it, you'll use the top notch. Like that. Bloop. Oh, I got 4 or 5 of them in here. Let's see, I have forgotten what that even is. Boy, it's been a long time since I dug through here. I think this is a tool for one of my hand saws, circular saws or something. No, I think that's for my table saw. Huh. So this is where everything disappears to. I have no idea what that even is. But I saved it. You gotta save everything. Oh, there's my otoscope lenses. You got different size holes in these otoscope lenses. Okay. So that's where they went off to. I forget what that's for. A lot of the stuff my grandpa passed down, and some of this stuff I bought from that feller that retired. Yeah, I have no idea what that even is. It has been too long since I've used any of it. Ow, got my finger. There's my pencil drawer. Pencils, sneaker white in case I want to shine my shoes while I'm out here. Extra house key. Yep, I showed you this drawer the other video there. I also saw my air tool fittings and such. Extra blower nozzle. Tire gauges. Air chucks. Yeah. Just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Notepads. Some more little miscellaneous driver bits. And tape measure. Here's my extra otoscope. Extra otoscope with the little things that go on the end of it. You got different size holes so you can see different things. You got a bunch of pencils and pens. More spark plug. I think did I just show you that? Or did this drawer have, yeah, God. I got 2 drawers full of them. Yeah. Here's a little one. And here is all my pry bars, Just different size pry bars. I put so much force on this one, I'll bend it. Huh. I got these at Home Depot back in the mid-90s. You're dead. You can tell it because it's orange. There's an old 90-pound air jackhammer bit. Same bits I used when I made those big hammers. And I got some lug wrenches in here for whatever reason. I got some more pry bars. Here's my tire tool for putting tubes in tires. This thing's handy. Handy dandy. I use that and this most often, putting tubes in tires. Yeah, here's my hand files. My little wooden handled wire brushes. I use those a pretty good bit. This is the one I cut a little piece of that wire off of that one particular little carburetor jet. That's so tiny. I like these because they're stainless and they're really, really strong. And I've got different putty knives, notch trowels, lots of putty knives. I use this one mostly for scraping decks. You can get in there and scrape all the stuff off the decks. Little decks. Yep, putty knives. And here's my hacksaw drawer. I showed you that one I keep hanging there. That's my favorite one. Here's all the leftover ones. Extra blades. Extra blades. Reckon I got enough hacksaws. I even got a little baby hacksaw. Little baby. And here is my plumbing drawer. I do work on the house when I need to. All my little bits and bobs and stuff for doing plumbing repairs. Yep. Glues and thread seal tape, shark bites, soldering stuff, pipe cutters. I had a friend of mine give me this PVC pipe cutter. I used to have to use hacksaws when I cut. When I used to have to cut PVC, stick it in there and just, you wouldn't believe the pressure this thing has. This thing is powerful. I bet that'll take a finger off pretty quick. Okay, yeah, look at there. There's the old mobile manufacturing. Linus just opened a shop in that old building right there. Linus, if you're watching this video, buddy, that's why that sign out front says mobile manufacturing. That's where we used to build equipment trailers. Went by so fast you didn't see them, did you? And here is all my special tools. Special little tools. Let me set this camera up right here. Yeah. Plenty of these feeler gauges. Lots and lots of feeler gauges. A lot of these are pretty new, and a lot of these I've had for many, many years. And some of these Calvin, I think I got that from Napa. Made in the USA. Let's see, here's some wire feeler gauges, Craftsman. I think my grandfather would give me that one. Wow, these are really, really old. Really, really old. And of course I keep my dial calipers in here, micrometers. I used to use this for locksmithing a lot. But it's good to have one of these. I've got a manual one too I use. Measuring shafts and oil seal sizes and just very, very handy little doohickeys. And I keep some rulers for straight edges. Gasket scraper. I bought that at Napa a few years ago. I hardly ever use it though. Let's see, here is a tool I got from that fella that retired. It's an old Tecumseh. It's an air gap for setting the gap on your coils, between the coils and flywheel. And I got it stuck in an engine and I broke it. And it broke it there, so I'm never going to use this again. This thing is older than I am. That's why I keep this business card in there, and that's why I keep this business card in there. These are actual thicknesses to set the gaps. Yep. That's why they go there. Let's see, here's a pitch gauge for chainsaws, chainsaw chain. I forget what most of this is. Yeah, a little dollar caliper. That's a very old tool there. Very, very old. Here's another dial caliper. These are some really nice ones here. Really nice ones. Very, very old. Very old. It's got a, you can measure the thickness of something this way. You can measure it this way. And it's also a depth gauge. That part will go down. You just loosen this and set it to 0. Very accurate. Very accurate. This is probably one of the fullest drawers I have. Here's a big old air chuck we use for big tractor tires. I think I've still got, yeah, I do. I still got most of the tools and bits and things we use. This, you screw on a valve stem. If you got a large tractor and you want to fill the rear tires with antifreeze like they used to do, you'd rotate the tire, drive the tractor till the valve stem is on the very top, and screw this to the valve stem, and you can run a water hose, or you can take a funnel, pour your antifreeze in and fill it the rest of the way with water, and as it's filling you can push this and let the air out of the tire and it'll replace it with water and antifreeze. That's what that's for. So I remember now. I tell you, you move something in that drawer out there and you're not gonna get it to close again. There's some more torch tip cleaners. This one come apart with me, that's why all the little pieces are falling everywhere. Some more little brush cleaners, just things like this. This is my RPM gauge. With the engine running, you set this on top of the engine and you can move this out. And then at the white, this will start vibrating back and forth. And where it vibrates the widest point, that's what the RPMs are going to be. A good place to put it's about 3,100 RPM, so it's pretty nice to have. And this is to replace and remove the primer bulb on a push mower. You know how you got the quantum style engine where you prime it from the front? You take this and pop that out. I've got a tool to put it back in. See, this drawer is hitting this air compressor right here. That's the only bad thing. Let's see, and this is to put it back in, put the little purge bulb, put it back in. 19462 is the part number for that. That's actually from Briggs. And let's see, I got this little thing here is for removing and installing the needle seats, the little rubber needle seat in a Briggs & Stratton, little carburetors. Reach in there and pull the rubber seat out. Then you put the new rubber seat on this and you can put it back in. This is actually a Tecumseh part. This is an aftermarket one here. I've got one that's actually from Tecumseh in here somewhere. I don't know what I did, but there it is. This one I broke. I broke that little tip off of it. But the Tecumseh part number for that is a 670377. You can go on Amazon and look for that and get the aftermarket. Thermometer. I don't know. You can see it's 60 degrees in here. I don't know why in the world that's in there. Here. Thermometer, pair of scissors. And here's my tool I use to install new valve stems in a rim. Put it through, screw this on the valve stem, and you can put this against the rim and it will pull it up and seat the valve stem. Very nice to have. This was an old depth gauge that got ruined. Broke, don't work, don't know why I'm saving it. And of course you got a variety of different kind of little pick tools. These things come in really, really handy. Really, really handy. Here's one I broke. Here's another one I broke. Yep, they come in different lengths. Little pick tools, you can get them at any auto parts store. This was a feeler. I was using this for a feeler gauge for something. It's just a piece of metal. Oh, let's see, what else do we have? This is a screwdriver. This is a mixture adjustment screwdriver. Briggs & Stratton, part number 19263. It's just a screwdriver will fit over the idle mixture screw. Then you got a tool you can reach down and pull the spark plug boot off the spark plug while the engine's running. Won't knock you on your butt. I keep that handy because you know when you got a problem with a V-twin, you can pull one off and see if the engine dies, and you can just see if you've got a dead cylinder just by pulling one off and pulling the other one off. Yep. And this tool here is a Briggs & Stratton, but I don't think it's got the part number on there. This is what I use to adjust the high speed, the high RPM. When you're wanting to raise or lower your RPM, put the gauge on there and see where it's at. And you've got at different points on the engine, you can bend tabs here and there. That's very handy. I've used that a lot this year, only, especially this year. Another little pick tool. And Brandon, go to BS Small Engines. Get you one of these. These are for removing the zone control cables. Different kind of cables. He 3D printed these somehow or another. These are really handy. Matter of fact, I bought 2 of them. You gotta have them. Here's another. Well, I sure do got a lot of them. And you got to have some forceps. These come in pretty handy a little bit. These come from all them tools I bought from that fella that retired. And I've got these little tools here. Little special tools. This is for a Zama carburetor on 2 strokes. When you take the cover off the diaphragm, you can gauge how the needle rocker, whatever you call it, this, different style. You just find your model number for your Zama carburetor, and wherever it lands is where you want to gauge how far the needle opens in a carburetor. And the same thing with the Walbro carburetors. It's a meter and lever. That's what I'm trying to say, meter and lever. That's for the Walbro and that's for the Zama carburetors. I use those. You got to check that lever height. And we've got a spark tester. Just your basic spark tester. Get these any auto parts store. And let's see, here's a feeler gauge. It's got a number 10 on it, but it's actually a 4/1000. It's for steel. It's for a steel 4-mix, adjusting the valves on a steel 4-mix. You got to have that little bitty tip on the end of it to get right between them little rocker doohickeys. Then I got a bunch of more feeler gauges, spark plug, Boy, these things are old. For gapping spark plugs. Lots more of these for gapping spark plugs. And let's see. More failure gauges. More failure gauges. And then I've got more failure gauges. These have the curve. These are curved. See how they're curved? These are pretty handy. Pretty handy. Yeah, I reach in this drawer probably 4 or 5 times a day getting stuff out of it. This is my little gold mine drawer. Let's see, anything else in here I haven't showed you? I'm sure there's some stuff in the back I can't see. More gauges. These are the tools I use when I'm working on pressure washers. You know, you can hook this in line. Well, actually, you can screw this in to the unloader valve port, whatever. Put a gauge on here. Working on pressure washer pumps. I know Rusty Rooster can tell you a whole lot more about that than I can. I hate working on pressure washers. Here is... I quit working on pressure washers. I told folks I could work on the engine part, but I don't like working on pressure washers anymore. This Kohler's 18 kV ignition tester. 245502. I can't tell you the last time I used one of these. Oh, let's see what else we have. What else we have back there? I believe that's pretty much all for this drawer. There's some more torch tip cleaners. Can't have too many of them. Can't have too many of them. And these are some cylinder. You can check the cylinder if it's out of round. And measure the cylinder in different places up and down the bore. I got 2 or 3 of them stuck back there. All right, put some of this stuff back in there. I have done made a mess. I'll never get this drawer to close again. Yep, there it is. Oh, let's see, we're about 23 minutes into the video. Let me go through here. I went through this kind of a little bit yesterday, showing the other video, showing my valve spring compressors, different types of valve spring compressors. You can screw this into a spark plug hole and hold the engine still if you got to remove the clutch or flywheel on a 2-stroke. I got some of these that are plastic, but man, they always cross thread. That's a leather rivet punch, whatever the heck that is. I think that was my grandfather's. And I got a seal removal tool, oil seal remover, and a brake line tool. You can mushroom the end of the brake line. And you got your fuel line clamp. And these are some piston ring expanders, so you can put the rings on the piston without breaking them. I got 2 or 3, 4 or 5 different kind of those. These are very, very old. This is for installing the wire on a condenser. If you got a point style ignition, you can compress the little spring there. I don't know why I've got an AC line in there, a refrigerant line. Here's some more piston ring tools. Piston ring tools, piston stoppers. Oh, let's see. These are valve guide reaming tools. You pull your valves out, you have to ream the valve guides. That's what most of these are for. Boy, that one's bent. Still got some of those. Wow. All this stuff is old. All this comes from that fellow that sold me all his old stuff. I've never used any of this. Probably never will. This is for very specialized work that I just don't want to get involved in anymore. Reaming tool. Here's my old vacuum pump. I got this in 1992. It's the same thing as my vacuum and pressure pump, my Mighty Vac. But this one actually, see if I can get it out of this bag right here and I'll show you. But I ruined this thing years ago trying to bleed brakes with it. So it don't even work anymore. All the seals are dried out and just ruined. Oh, look here. Oh, I forgot I had these in there. This is for replacing the carburetor. Yeah, this needs to go into the other. I'm glad I done that. Yeah. All this needs to go in the other drawer over there. Yeah. Let's carry it over here. I forgot. Those are in there. Hang on. All right, we'll just put these right back in that drawer right there. Well, these things have been in there. I bet these things have been in that bag for 25, 30 years without knowing it. Woo! All right, we are going to make this a two-parter because it's about 14 hours long. Yep. So we're gonna make a part 2 out of this on the next video. Lord, I appreciate you guys and girls watching the video. I love you. I love you dearly. Thank you for supporting the channel. Next video is gonna be continued. Love you guys. Y'all been good. Have you been good yet? Yeah. Hang with.